Today, we are going to talk about something extremely important. Please, if you are watching this video, give it your full attention. Let's begin with a simple example. Imagine you are someone who hates the idea of failure. You don't want to fail in life. That's not strange. Nobody likes to fail. But notice the words being repeated here. I don't want. Fear is not a curse, it is a signal. Every time you feel fear rising, it is your inner voice telling you that something important is ahead. The problem begins when you run away instead of listening. Fear is not meant to stop you, it is meant to sharpen you. Just like fire can burn but also give warmth, fear can destroy but also guide. Many people think safety is found in avoiding challenges, but safety built on avoidance is fragile. It collapses the moment life shakes. True safety comes from resilience, not escape. When you embrace discomfort, you realize that pain doesn't kill you, it teaches you. Avoidance keeps you small. Facing fear makes you unshakable. Pain is not punishment, it is a teacher. Every scar carries a lesson that no book can teach. The moments you suffered the most are also the moments you grew the most. When you resist pain, it becomes heavier. When you welcome it, it transforms into wisdom. Pain is a silent mentor, always waiting to shape you. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the choice to act despite fear. And courage does not begin with giant leaps, it begins with small steps. When you take one step, fear shrinks. When you stand still, fear grows. Every small act of bravery rewires your mind to trust yourself. Courage is built daily, not granted once. True freedom is not living without fear. It is living without being controlled by fear. When you face the monster, you realize it is smaller than your imagination. Fear loses power when you stare back at it. The cage was never real. It was built in your mind. And once you see that, you are free. Discomfort is not a barrier. It is a gift. It shakes you out of sleep and forces you to notice life. The comfort zone is silent poison. It feels safe but slowly kills your spirit. Growth never happens in still waters. It requires turbulence. When you allow discomfort, you invite transformation. Failure is not the end. It is feedback. Every mistake carries a message. What doesn't work? The greatest innovators failed more times than most people even tried. Failure only becomes defeat when you stop listening. When you treat failure as a teacher, it gives you maps to success. Rejection is not proof of your worthlessness. It is a mirror. It reflects what is not aligned, not who you are. Sometimes people reject you because they cannot accept themselves. When you see rejection as redirection, you stop losing power. Every no brings you closer to the right yes. Control is a beautiful illusion. You cannot control the storm, but you can control your sail. The more you try to control life, the more anxious you become. Peace begins when you shift from control to response. Freedom is not mastering the world, it is mastering yourself within it. Time is the only currency you can never earn back. Money lost can be rebuilt, but moments wasted are gone forever. The tragedy is not death, it is living as if you will never die. When you treat time as sacred, your choices become sharper. Every second is an investment in the life you are building. The word should is a cage. I should do this. I should achieve that. Builds invisible walls around your mind. Most of your suffering comes from chasing what others expect instead of what you truly want. Freedom begins the moment you replace should with choice. Live your life, not a checklist written by someone else. Suffering is born not from events but from resistance to events. The harder you push against life, the more pain you feel. Accept what happens and the sting disappears. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. The moment you let go of resistance, life flows and the heart opens. The unknown is not your enemy. It is your playground. Life only unfolds when you step into it without rigid expectations. The moment you stop fearing uncertainty, curiosity blossoms. Every unknown path carries hidden treasures, lessons, connections, and self-discovery. Adventure begins when certainty ends. Judgment of yourself and others is a weight. Every time you criticize or compare, you create invisible chains. Release judgment and watch life expand. People are not your adversaries, and neither are your mistakes. Compassion and understanding lighten the heart and open the mind. Observation is the seed of growth. When you watch your thoughts and feelings without reacting, clarity emerges. You learn patterns, triggers, and truths about yourself. Awareness does not judge. It simply sees. Through observing life without interference, you become wiser, calmer, and stronger. Patience is not passive waiting, it is active power. Life unfolds in its own rhythm. Those who rush miss the lessons embedded in every moment. Patience allows you to see the full picture, to act with clarity, and to harvest opportunities that impatience would overlook. Adaptation is survival and growth. Stubbornness traps you in old patterns. Flexibility opens doors. Life rarely goes as planned, and the ability to bend without breaking is what separates those who thrive from those who falter. Flow with change, and you transform obstacles into allies. Emotions are not enemies, they are guides. Anger points out injustice, sadness signals loss, and joy highlights alignment. Ignoring feelings creates confusion. Listening deeply to emotions teaches self-awareness and directs decisions. Master your emotions, and you master your path. Connection fuels life. Isolation depletes it. Human beings are wired for relationships, empathy, and collaboration. When you open your heart to others, you gain insights, support, and energy. The illusion of self-sufficiency limits growth. True power lies in authentic connections. Life without suffering is not life without pain. It is life without resistance. Pain will come, challenges will arrive, and losses will happen. But suffering is optional. When you release resistance, embrace the present, and let life flow, you experience the richness of existence. Your heart opens, your mind expands, and joy becomes natural.